So if you're watching this video, you probably know who Jordan Peterson is. If you don't, he's a psychologist, he's a famous writer. He wrote the book 12 Rules for Life and some other books I don't know the title of. He was a teacher if in Oxford, Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, very famous guy. Recently, like in the last 3 years or so, he got famous by giving his opinion on a lot of stuff. And a lot of people like the way he presents himself. A lot of people like how he speaks to people. And so I broke down some things and I will try to explain how we can actually speak like Jordan Peterson, or at least have an understanding of, okay, how can we improve our own vocabulary by speaking like him. So this is a series I'll start to do, like how to speak like someone. I have another video planned here, I'll post it tomorrow. So when we learn how to speak like him, or when we learn some characteristics of his speech, we can improve our own communication. So let's go to the first topic, and this is vocabulary. Because Jordan Peterson has a very formal and a very academic language, because he was a teacher on a university, and he also has, I don't know if it's a PhD or a master, but he is very capable of speaking to any kind of people because he has this formal language. But if he needs to, he also has an easy English. I don't know if he's French Canadian or just Canadian, but he knows how to speak formally with academics, maybe with business owners. He knows how to speak with governments. He also was in a government table talking about a law on, I think it was transgender's right, about the right to pronounce or something. He went to this table. He is very knowledgeable when we are talking about vocabulary. He has a good English vocabulary. I don't think he speaks French, but if he does, I guess he also has a good base of it. And so he has this academic way of speaking. And the advantage of knowing how to speak formally is that you can also know how to speak easily. For example, if he's talking to a younger audience, or if he's talking to people who don't have pretty good English, or he's talking to kids, he knows how to say things. So, for example, he doesn't say if we want to. This would be an is in English. Usually he says in order to. In order to pursue X. He doesn't say, for example, develop. He says enhance. So that's the thing. He gets easy English and knows how to convert them in formal form, because he was an academic, he was a university teacher. So yeah, basically, if we want to know how to speak better, we want to learn from Jordan Peterson, the first thing we need to know is, okay, what is a formal language of English, or the language you want to speak? Maybe it's Japanese, Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, anyway. So we need to understand, and we need to learn how to talk formally. We need to learn those fancy words that we most likely won't need to use, but when we need to use, we look smarter, we look knowledgeable, and we look more mature, we look older, because we can speak to people in a decent way. The second thing is that he speaks slowly, and there are two reasons for that. The first one being that he's an old man. He is, if I'm not mistaken, on his 50s or on his 60s. And so he has a slow process of thinking because he has a lot of knowledge, so he needs to select every single thing, every single word that he's going to say. But also he understands that when he is trying to make an impact, he speaks slowly. So usually when I am trying to educate people, when I'm trying to teach things, I speak like this. It is a little bit fast, but I think it is a cool tone. I have a good pace when I'm trying to teach people. Mostly because sometimes people speak slowly and maybe you have to put the video in 1.5x or 2x. Because sometimes some people speak like this, and sometimes this is very great, but maybe we want to learn fast. So that's why I speak on this tone. But the thing is, we need to speak slowly when we are trying to impact people. And this is the key for Jordan Peterson, because he does a lot of speeches, he does a lot of motivational speeches, not pretty much a lot of lectures anymore. So let's say, for example, if he's talking about having a family, creating a family, getting married, okay? Create family, married. So he won't say, yeah, so every single man must find a good wife to spend their life with. No, he says, there comes a time where every single man has a pretty difficult point in life, and that is pursuing the right woman for us to get married, because this mix of experiences and this mix of ideas is what generates and what enhances a true core family in order to have children and to raise them in the best way possible. So this is how Jordan Peterson speaks. So when we speak slowly, we impact more people and they usually pay more attention. But the thing is, only for a certain amount of time, because try to remember when we were in high school, or maybe if you are already in high school or in college, when teachers speak slowly all the time, like 24/7, is boring as fuck. We are tired of listening to them and we are, okay, go straight to the point. And they could talk faster, but they just don't want to. But sometimes when we speak fast, and then we suddenly speak slowly, and we deepen our voice a little bit, then the impact is so much more felt. Because when we speak slowly, and then we suddenly speak fast, people, maybe they won't understand us, but if we always speak fast, and we suddenly speak slowly, people will notice the difference, and they will understand what we are talking about. So learning how to speak slowly and how to speak fast is a good ability if you want to speak a little bit more like Jordan Peterson. The third topic is clarity and precision, and this is something he mastered and I'm still trying to master, and that is he articulates all the words he says. So let's say, let's give an example. When we are talking the alphabet, we have like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and then people don't say like L, O, M, O, P. Say L, O, M, O, P. But because we are not used to articulate these letters in this order. Say L, M, N, O, P, not L, M, N, O, P, L, M, N, O, P. But Jordan Peterson articulates every single word, and he does this by articulating every single letter. So imagine if you're, instead of saying developing a software, he doesn't say like, yeah, when you're developing a software, no, he said, when we are developing a software, there is a difference. He doesn't mix the words software in a company. He doesn't say software in a company. Software in a company. It is different, right? Because he speaks clearly and precisely with his words. He has spoken a lot through his life, of course, and English is his native language, which makes it easier, because sometimes we, like people who don't have English as their mother tongue, we might misspell some words. Like instead of saying like precision, maybe we say precision or precision or precision. Anyway, but we need to practice, and that's like, it might be hard, like, oh yeah, English is not my mother tongue, so it is pretty hard for me to develop. Wow, fuck you. Like, if you want to speak in English and if you want to speak properly, we need to take a lot of time, and we need to understand, okay, this is a weakness, so we need to improve on that. So we need to speak with clarity and precision, not just speak like clearly, not just articulate all the words. If we say articulate all the, not all the, not, we say all the and not all the words. Because sometimes I say the word wrong. Sometimes I say the, sometimes I say the. And so I need to check every time I'm talking in my mind, like, oh yeah, am I pronouncing right? So let's focus on precision first and then on clarity. Because we can, no, on the opposite. Let's focus on speak clearly first, so the words like decently, and then we focus on speaking precisely. Also, he speaks with authority. Why? Because he uses examples and his own confidence. Because of course, after we speak for many years, we develop a good confidence on that in our words. So this is something we develop like through time. It's not something we can easily like, oh yeah, now I have confidence and I'm gonna speak the way I want to. No. So when we speak with authority, which something it takes some time to actually develop, I don't know how I'm drawing this. We have authority over people, and this makes people more aligned, I could say, to do what you want them to do. So yeah, if you want to build authority and we are basically no one, we just need to use examples, real life examples of maybe people, or maybe real life situations, or some history, and this is how we build authority. This is pretty simple. This is something, it just takes time, yeah, whatever. And the last thing is that he speaks with intensity, because he believes in what he says. So we also need to believe in what we say and defend our point. Because when Jordan Peterson was in the government table and he was trying, okay, so why I shouldn't be forced to use they, them. Okay, I think it was about this. They, them. And then he had confidence in his speech because he was intense. He was like, this is not right. This is something that is going to be imposed on us. And this is against the basic, what's the word? This is again the basic laws of humankind, of having free speech. Because forcing people to use they, them is against free speech, which is a natural... It's something God gave us, like this freedom. So we need to speak intensely, I think this is the word, when we are trying to defend our point and when we are trying to actually prove what we want to say. And yeah, this is basically how do we speak intensity? Just believe in what you say, and then you will be able to defend your point with your life. And something my mom always likes to tell me is that when we are on the side of the truth, we have nothing to fear. And this is not 100% true, but yeah. So again, just let's make a quick recap. The first thing, let's improve our vocabulary and learn how to speak proper English. So learn the formal and academic way of speaking, because then we know how to speak with like easy English when people don't know how to. Then we learn how to speak slowly in situations that we need to speak slowly, when we want to impact people, when we want to appeal emotionally. We speak slowly. And maybe we speak intensively when we want to prove our point. Oh yeah. Then we must to speak clearly and with precision. There is an exercise I saw to make us speak better, and that is put a pen on our mouth and saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, O, M, O, P, Q, R, S T U V W X Y Z, because this forces our tongue, and there is some mind trick that will make us more articulate, and I am already doing that and I didn't even realize. So yeah, this exercise is pretty good to do. Authority, again, this is something that is built by with time. So just remember to use people and some situations and history to base our points. And yeah, let's be intense on the way we speak. And mate, this pen exercise is so great. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye, like and subscribe. And by the way, if you want my personal help in improving your speak and maybe your vocabulary and your speaking skills or your social skills, check the first link in the description now. Go there, go to the link. Yeah, goodbye.